Hey, do you guys want to see the other cities I'm going to on tour this summer? Okay, here you go. Look at all these places. I'm going to Philly, Chicago, Detroit, LA, Portland, Seattle, and so many more. It's gonna be dumb lit. And just like last time, if you want to have first access to tickets, check out the very, really good Patreon. Tickets go on sale for Patreon members on Tuesday, and then general on sale is next Friday, April 22nd. So yeah, those are all the cities I'm going to this summer. I hope to see you at the shows. It's gonna be so much fun. I'll see you then. Enjoy the video. All right, folks. Today we're going to be talking about a movie that came out very recently. I talked about the trailer for this movie on my podcast a few weeks ago, and I watched the full movie, and once the credits rolled, I knew that I had to make a video about it. And I'm of course talking about the new Pinocchio movie, Pinocchio, A True Story. Why it's called that? Your guess is as good as mine, because it's a pretty bold claim if they're trying to say that this actually happened. So for those of you who don't know, this movie is originally a Russian film that was supposed to come out in the year 2020, but didn't come out until just last month. I guess they weren't Russian to release the film. So it released in Russia in February, but then also received an English dub and was released in North America by Lionsgate last month. And I'm sure you're all familiar with the story of Pinocchio, right? A wood carver, he carves a little boy, the little wooden puppet comes to life, and he wants to become a real boy, and his nose grows when he tells a lie. But there's been a lot of different renditions of this story over the years. There was a weird live action one with Jonathan Taylor Thomas. That was called The Adventures of Pinocchio. There was Pinocchio, 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 and who can forget Pinocchio in outer space. And you'd think there's no new way to reinvent this story, right?
Yeah.
But you'd be wrong.
What?
There's still a lot you can do with Pinocchio, especially in the voice acting department. The English dub of Pinocchio, A True Story features John Heder as Tybalt, Pinocchio's trusty steed. It also features Tom Kenny as Geppetto. So far, not so bad, right? Napoleon Dynamite and SpongeBob SquarePants. Two great voice actors. But Pinocchio, the main character of Pinocchio, A True Story, is voiced by Pauly Shore. And look, I don't have anything against Pauly Shore. You know, he's been in some great movies. But I don't know if, like, the casting director owed a favor or something, but this was a bad idea, and you'll see why going forward. So let's talk about Pinocchio, A True Story. So it starts off with Tybalt giving a little intro about the movie we're about to watch, and he says all those other Pinocchio movies we've seen, they got the story all wrong, and this is the real story.
People started making up some silly stories about growing noses and whatnot. Have you ever seen a nose grow right in front of you?
I mean, no, but I don't think the growing nose is the most unbelievable part of the story, right? I'd say the sentient wooden boy is the weirdest part, is it not? Also, you're a talking horse, so I feel like it's weird to draw the line at a nose growing, right? But hey, what do I know? I also think it's really funny that the line is, have you ever seen a nose grow right in front of you? Implying that, you know, we're all aware that noses can just grow, but it never happens right in front of us. I mean, I guess noses grow over time. Again, what do I know? And don't worry, that's the last time I'm gonna make that joke. Okay, so we cut to Geppetto finishing up Pinocchio and bringing his lifeless body to the dinner table.
You can sit at the table. I won't feel so lonely.
Jesus Christ, so sad. I mean, okay, I know Geppetto is supposed to be like this, you know, this nice old man, and he's just making this wooden boy to, you know, just to keep him company, right? Because he's lonely. But if someone did this shit today, they'd be on a fucking watch list. Imagine you walk past your neighbor's house, they're an old man, and you look into their window, which isn't a creepy thing to do, but then you see them eating dinner with a wooden little boy. You have to move, I think. You have to fucking move. That's a serial killer. What do I know? I just say that after everything I say. What do I know? So anyways, Geppetto. He's now trying to figure out what he's gonna call Pinocchio. Spoiler, it's
Pinocchio!
Then this fairy named Lucilda shows up to receive her magic wand that Geppetto was repairing.
What can I ever do to repay you?
From you, Senora, a mere thank you is more than enough.
Simp alert, simp! And while Lucilda rides off into the distance, she decides to repay Geppetto with a little more than a thank you. She casts a spell that flies through the window and brings Pinocchio to life. And you know how in the original movie, Pinocchio was like truly shocked and like really grateful to be alive? The new Pinocchio must be the same too, right? You were just a wooden boy, now you have life, right? Let's see how he reacts.
I don't believe my eyes. Oh.
Alive! I'm a boy and I'm alive!
Jesus Christ, man. I don't know what I don't know what kind of spell Lucilda cast, but it was the wrong cast. Like the movie. Dude, like in the original Pinocchio movie, the like fairy shows up in the house. She's in person. She gives Pinocchio life. And then she explains to him to be a real boy, he has to be brave, truthful, and unselfish. And then if he does that, he'll become a real boy. This fairy didn't do any of that shit. She didn't explain the spell at all. She just did it and then dipped and then said it would make a good story.
At least, this will make for an extremely interesting story.
Spoiler alert. It doesn't. It does not make a good story. It's a good thing there was a wooden boy in there. She just sent a magic spell that just endows an inanimate object with the soul of Pauly Shore. Bad. Bad spell. Can you imagine if that like didn't hit Pinocchio, it just like hit his bed or something?
Oh, man.
Oh, hey, there you are. Polly, please, not today, okay? I'm very tired. Geppetto, when you gonna put me out of my misery? This existence is a curse. Come on, don't be ridiculous. This mattress is really good for my back. Okay. Hey, Polly Shore, just so you know. Yeah? I drank a bunch of Sunny D before I got into bed tonight, so I might wet the bed again. Oh. Good night. Father, please, stop drinking so much Sunny D. You're gonna... Okay, so now we cut to a few years later, I think. Pinocchio is now like an acrobatic freak. Him and Tybalt are doing these like crazy tricks together. I'm not sure how because he doesn't have any muscles, but again, what do I know? And also, sorry to be nitpicky, okay? And I'm no physics major, but if you're standing on something that's going on a circle, like you're standing on this, and then you jump, you're not gonna follow the thing that's moving still and then land back on it, right? You're gonna jump and go flying off. I can believe a wooden Pauly Shore, okay? But don't break the laws of physics, okay? Next you're gonna tell me you've seen a nose grow right in front of you. But after they're done flipping around and doing their little routine, the cops show up for some reason. Sorry, not some reason, no reason. They just show up and they knock on Geppetto's door and they're like, have you seen anybody suspicious lately? We're just looking for such suspicious people.
Have you seen anyone suspicious around here lately?
Which is more than a cop would do nowadays, so that's nice, I guess. But while the cops are there though, Pinocchio is hiding from them, and I'm still confused as to why. Like, I don't think it's illegal to be a wooden boy. It absolutely should be, but I don't think it is. Maybe it's not the wooden boy aspect of Pinocchio that they're worried about, right? Hey, sorry, we've been getting some reports of hearing the voice of Pauly Shore.
Oh, what?
Do you know anything about that?
No, God, no. What?
Okay.
I would never do.
Okay,
no.
good, because that's punishable by death. I hope you know that.
Right.
Okay, that I am Pauly Shore of.
That's a good one.
If I'm serious though, you will be killed. While the cops are about to stumble upon Pinocchio, they hear gunshots off in the distance, and they run off to go investigate.
Did you hear that? Follow me.
And this is where we get the iconic line.
Father, tell me, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to see.
Yeah, just such a weird line delivery, man. When can I leave to be on my own? Yeah, this line is just like such a great example of like why this was such a weird casting choice. Pinocchio's supposed to be a child, a little boy. Like, listen to the voice of the original Pinocchio. A kid. Pauly Shore is 54 years old. The line is supposed to be, I'm a real boy! Not, hand me that IPA, I hate my wife. Straight up, this is like the Grease movie, but in voice form, you know? You know the movie Grease, when everyone was like, hey, I'm fucking 15 years old, look at these forehead wrinkles, bada bing, bada boom. But anyways, we cut to a traveling circus tent where these gunshots originated from. And this is where we meet a circus leader named Majufoco and his two henchmen. And they're not really henchmen because they're not men. One is a humanoid fox and the other one is a humanoid cat with a gun. And remember, this is the true story. They're all talking, trying to figure out how to make their failing circus more successful, when the cat shoots a bullet right through the roof that inadvertently causes one of their horses to go crazy and run off into the distance. And this horse is pulling a carriage with one of the circus's main performers, Bella. So everybody's freaking out, chasing after her, trying to save her life, and this is when Pinocchio shows up with Tybalt, which I'm kind of confused about because Pinocchio was literally just like, Father, when can I go on my own? I want to see the world. And then Geppetto was like, literally never. You can never go see the world.
You're too young and too gullible.
And then literally 1 minute later, here's Pinocchio seeing the world. So, you know, I'm a little lost, but what do I know? Luckily, Pinocchio swoops in at the last second and saves Bella with his epic acrobatic skills. And let's see how they repay our good friend Pinocchio.
Mamma mia! A wooden boy!
What have you done? You killed him!
Holy shit. How baller would it be if they just straight up ended the movie right here?
You killed him!
Now that would take balls. That'd be the best fucking Pinocchio movie ever made if they did that. But no, there's still another hour of this movie because guess what? Pinocchio's fucking bulletproof, apparently.
I think I'm okay.
Also, it's so crazy for a talking, like, humanoid cat to be like, ah, a wooden boy!
He's a talking wooden puppet.
You're a cat, man. I'm not saying this cat should be shot as well, but, you know, if those who live in glass houses should get curtains or I don't know the saying.
Well, my friend might be made of wood, but someone here has sausages for brains. Who's the real monster here?
What? Maybe I'll talk about this now. It's another weird part of this film. Since it's an English dub, I feel like they tried to match the words and like cadence and timing to the characters' lips, but like since it's a Russian movie and it's in Russian, which is not English, the dialogue is just so weird and unnatural. But then again, so is Pinocchio, so I guess it makes sense.
Alive!
Once Pinocchio recovers from the gunshot, Mangiafoco offers him and Tybalt a spot in their circus because they're super impressed by the gymnastics from Wood and Cody Simpson. So Pinocchio rushes back home to ask Geppetto if he can leave to join the circus. And obviously nothing happened in the story to motivate Geppetto to change his mind at all, so obviously he's gonna say no, right?
You can go.
Okay.
Thank you, Daddy.
Never mind.
Let's go, Tybalt! Great adventures await!
What the hell was that? Pinocchio came to life and was immediately the most annoying thing of all time.
I'm a boy and I'm alive!
Like, Jesus Christ, man, shut up, you know? Also, there's no way that was in the script. There's no way some guy typed skitty, skitty, skitty. You know when people were like, yo, that line in Endgame, that line that Thanos says in Endgame was actually improv. You know when the Titanic hit the iceberg? I was actually improv. That wasn't actually supposed to happen. I swear to God, film bros are gonna start saying this movie is like sick and Pauly Shore is a genius. Yeah, the skitty, skitty, skitty line is actually like improv. Yeah, he just said it, and there's actually nobody else in the voice booth like when he was recording because that's how little they cared about this movie, so they just kept it in. Yeah, he's a genius. Oh, you're gonna have a shower? Okay. Without me? What the fuck? So now we cut to the first circus show with Pinocchio. The show started, but the crowd is already pissed off.
It's anything like last year. I want my money back.
I love hating something so much that you buy tickets to it again just to see if they've improved. You guys suck! But I have faith.
I want my money back. I've seen this before.
How have you possibly seen that before? A cat shooting an apple with its finger? Are you fucking kidding me? I've seen this before. Show me a nose growing right in front of me, then I'll be impressed. Okay, so the crowd is freaking out. They're fucking going crazy. They hate it. They hate the circus. And then Pinocchio shows up. Because who would possibly save a circus show out of the kindness of their non-existent heart? Pinocchio would. And also Pinocchio would. So he goes around and does his routine while he's absolutely dripped the fuck out. And the crowd goes wild. The crowd goes absolutely buck wild, which causes Mangiafoco to just praise Pinocchio for his incredible performance.
You outdid yourself.
Things are going pretty good. I hope this Mangiafoco guy doesn't turn out to be a bad guy.
Congratulations, and welcome to our gang. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh man, looks like there's gonna be some conflict in this movie after all. Now we get to watch Bella do her gymnastics/singing performance, and I will say I was watching this movie on 2x speed because I hated it so much and I wanted it to be done as quick as possible. But this was my favorite scene to watch because it was just her spinning around super quick. I laughed really hard. Now we get a nice montage of Pinocchio traveling across the land, performing in the circus, and everybody just fucking loving him and just eating him up. Not literally eating him up, you know, they're not beavers. You know what I mean? Beaver I hardly know. And this is where we find out that Pinocchio has a crush on Bella, obviously. I say obviously, not like obviously he does, because she's so fucking hot. I say obviously because she's the only girl in this movie. But it's weird because we haven't seen them in like a scene together that would give the impression that he likes her, you know? It was just a montage of them performing in a bunch of circuses, and then Pinocchio was just like, yeah, I'm in love with Bella, and that's the movie now. But anyways, Tybalt is being one hell of a wing horse, and he tells Pinocchio what he should do to win Bella's heart.
Invite her for a walk on the beach. Just look how beautiful it is out there.
Yeah, look at that beach, dude. I love going to the beach, man. I love it. I'm a beach rat. I am. Laying down on the hot cobblestone, getting run over by a fucking horse-drawn carriage, dude. Fucking beach vibes, man. So right before Pinocchio goes into Bella's room to profess his love for her, Bella overhears Mangiafoco talk about some shady business, and she doesn't want Pinocchio to get hurt, so she does this.
Who's there?
It's just me.
Get out! Leave! I don't even like you!
Now the cat and the fox, they corner Pinocchio and say that Bella will never love him, because Bella needs a man's wood, you know, not a wood man. So now the movie is based around Pinocchio becoming hellbent on becoming a real boy so Bella will fall in love with him.
I want to be like everyone else.
And that's a huge issue I have with this film. The original Pinocchio wanted to become a real boy for himself. If anything, if he was doing it for another person, it'd be for Geppetto. He didn't want to become a human just so he could, you know, get with some girl that he just met. But hey, what do I? Right after Pinocchio has this realization, some circus clown comes out of nowhere and tells them about Lucilda.
She's been living a secluded life as she grew tired of people who only seek love and wealth. I'm sure she could turn you into a real boy.
Okay, so if Pinocchio goes and finds Lucilda, he can become a real boy. Sure, whatever. But this next part is super interesting because I think they messed up during the voice recording and they just like missed it while they were editing. Listen to this next line and let me know what you think.
But be warned, Pinocchio, they say. The mountain pass that leads to a house is believed to be by evil spirits.
I don't think that is a correct sentence, right? I think they meant to say believed to be haunted by evil spirits, right? Instead of believed to be by evil spirits. That doesn't make sense.
Is believed to be by evil spirits.
If the path was by evil spirits, like a bunch of evil spirits got together to like build a path, like to just build a road, that's some awfully nice behavior for evil spirits, you know what I mean? Aww. So Pinocchio and Tybalt leave to go find Lucilda, but the cat and the fox, they want to follow them and ambush them and try to rob them because Pinocchio's been making a fucking killing, you know, traveling, touring, making a bunch of money. So on their journey, they stumble upon this like circus tent, and inside they think that Lucilda is in there, but it's actually the cat and the fox trying to trick them. The cat tries to like rob them at gunpoint, but they escape. It doesn't really work out, but I want to show this one scene because it made me laugh really hard.
So long, Butterface.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it was Pinocchio who said that because I was under the impression that like a butterface, like that person's a butterface, right? Oh, they're so hot, butterface, right? If they have like a hot body but an ugly face. Super fucked up thing to say, but that's what I think that means, right?
So long, Butterface.
So it's so weird to be held at gunpoint by this furry little pudgy cat freak, and the first thought in his head was to be like, you got a fucking hot ass body though, dude. Whatever, they end up making it to Lucilda's house.
Cause I've noticed that you are a puppet. I may even know who created you.
Pinocchio, I'm the one who burdened you with the curse of existence because I thought it'd be a good story. So they end up asking if Lucilda can turn Pinocchio into a real boy, but she says,
I'm sorry, my sweet boy. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do to help.
And they're super bummed, but literally, I don't fucking care because there's another fuck up with the voiceover that I thought was really funny. I don't know if they like forgot to get the voice actor to like re-record a line, but I'll just play it. It sounds really weird.
Remember this, the best miracles in this life always happen without any help from us, fairies.
Without any help from us, fairies. Like, she doesn't sound like that at any other part of the movie.
Don't get discouraged just yet. Without any help from us, fairies.
I don't know what is wrong with it, but it sounds like they went to, like, text-to-speech MP3 downloader and, like, used the Borat voice. Now we cut back to Mangiafoco. He's screaming at the fox and the cat because he's upset that Pinocchio will find Lucilda and become a real boy, and that'll be bad. Because who gives a fuck about a regular acrobat? That's not impressive. They need to be made of wood.
Do you really believe in magic, boss?
Dude, I hate how skeptical people are in this movie. Like, okay, never mind. Let me rephrase that. I hate how skeptical cats are in this movie. It's almost like he's constantly saying how weird and unbelievable everything else around him is, just so he can like deflect any attention away from the fact that he's a talking cat with a gun. Pinocchio's so weird. He's a talking wooden puppet, and that's the weirdest thing any of us have ever seen. And come on, do you really believe in magic? Everything around us is totally normal. Well, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go shit in a box and then put my leg over my head while I lick my asshole. Alright guys, we're getting to the end. It's about to get fucking crazy. Pinocchio and Tybalt get into this crazy argument because Pinocchio wants to head back to the circus and warn Bella about all the shady business that's going on in the circus.
We have to go back to the circus.
Because they know about it now somehow, even though we don't know yet as the audience. They're arguing because Tybalt just wants to go home back to Geppetto.
We have to get out of here as soon as we possibly can.
So they split up.
I don't need you anyway.
For 4 minutes. That's it. And then Pinocchio gets captured by the cops from before and Tybalt comes to the rescue. Like, usually in movies when something like this happens, when the two main characters like split up, think like Rush Hour, Rush Hour 2, even Rush Hour 3 probably. They split up for a while, right? For some reason, and until the end where they come together, they put aside their differences, and they save the day, right? But no, this was fucking 4 minutes of them just wandering around. And then Tybalt, out of nowhere, was like, you know what? I changed my mind. Which seems to be a common theme in this movie anyway.
You're too young and too gullible. You can go.
And like I said before, as an audience member, like I didn't know what the circus was doing. Like I didn't know the shady business. Like I didn't even know that they were doing anything shady until like right now. Like it was so confusing. I watched this movie like twice now, and up to this point, they don't tell you anything about the shady shit that's going on. Mind you, I was hardly paying attention, but still. It's just so weird that like they're heading back to warn Bella about all the bad stuff they're doing when we don't know anything about the bad stuff they're doing, right? Bella, you have to come with me. These guys are dangerous. I think.
I'll tell the whole truth about what you're really doing. And
what do they do?
Every one of you will go to jail.
What do they do? Fucking tell me. Okay, so they end up throwing Pinocchio in a jail cell made of wood, which is honestly kind of fucked up now that I think about it. He's in a prison made out of his own flesh. But hey, aren't we all? But it turns out they also captured Geppetto too somehow.
My son.
But don't worry, Tybalt saves the day. They're only locked up for like 30 seconds.
Tybalt, you found us!
And now it's time for the big finale. Pinocchio and Tybalt do their awesome show at the circus, but now they end the show a little differently, okay? They break out into this big song and dance, and this is how they reveal Magifoco's plan to the audience.
Me and my friends have prepared a little song for you to enjoy.
So now we get to find out what they've been doing at the very end of the movie. Apparently while the show is going on, the members of the circus go off into the town and steal from the empty houses of the audience members. But how the fuck do they do that if they're also performing at the circus while the show's going on? But again, Also, it's so weird of them to reveal this information to the audience in song form.
While the audience is watching us, the thief walks down the street.
Just stop the show and be like, hey, they're stealing your shit, go home. Like if I was in that crowd and I heard them just sing all that stuff, I wouldn't know if they were being serious or not, you know what I mean? There is a bomb about to blow. It'll definitely ruin the show. Please leave before it's too late. If you stay, you'll surely meet your fate. Stop dancing. I'm not speaking in code. There's a bomb and it's gonna explode. Okay, so a fire breaks loose somehow, and Pinocchio ends up sacrificing himself to save Bella's life. And he gets dragged out of the circus tent, and everyone thinks he's dead. Until Bella cries one single tear onto Pinocchio's dripped out gold shirt, and then he becomes a real boy. Don't you remember what I said?
Everything comes in due time, Pinocchio.
That's not what you said.
Without any help from us, fairies.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try to figure this part out, because it doesn't really make sense with the lore of the film. So I guess since he showed bravery and he put Bella's needs before his own, that's what made him become a real boy. But that wasn't, like, he didn't know that's what he had to do from the start. Like, that was not clear at all. The original Pinocchio, he knew from the very beginning, and the whole movie was based around that. Like, that whole struggle of trying to do that, and then finally doing that. Like, this makes no fucking sense. Also, I'm gonna play what that clown said earlier about Lucilda.
She's been living a secluded life as she grew tired of people who only seek love.
She fucked off because she was sick of people. I'm sweating so much. Look at how fucking worked up I am about this movie. Fucking Jesus Christ. Ew, man. Pinocchio can't do that shit, though. Lucilda had all those evil spirits build that road for her, and then she moved off like far away because she wanted to be secluded because she was mad that everybody just wanted like money or love. But Pinocchio did this for love, and now he's rewarded for it. Now he gets the thing that he wants. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
I'm really human?
But anyways, now there's a weird plot point where we find out that Bella's real dad is the police officer from before.
You are my father.
Yes.
And now the movie ends with the new circus show, free of crime. And honestly, dude, I don't know how they did it, but the real version of Pinocchio, like the human version, is way fucking creepier than the wooden version. So honestly, that is a technical feat, I think. Genuinely impressed. So there's Pinocchio, a true story. I get, you know, remakes are gonna happen. I feel like at a certain point, just make a new story. You know what I mean? This isn't a new film to me. This is just a weird version of a movie I've already seen. And to be honest, this isn't the Pinocchio that I know and love. I know I said it already, but the original Pinocchio is so much better. He didn't want to become a human for someone else. He did that for himself. Like, what does this movie teach us? You should just change who you are as a person to get with the person that you like? Oh, good message. Good job. You know what? The original Pinocchio would fucking hate this new Pinocchio. He would hate his guts. I think he would hate him enough to write a whole diss track about him. And it'd probably sound something like this. Oh, you think you're the real Pinocchio? That's a fucking lie, dude. Here's a true story. Hey, look. I'm sick and tired of these bitches thinking they the ones. My body's made of paper. You know I got the funds. You got nothing, boy. I'll smoke you like a chimney. For you it's crickets, and I ain't talking Jiminy. Hey. I'm pushing P as in Pinocchio. There's a line for my ride out in Tokyo. You living in the backwoods, but you know we smoking those. If you had a parachute, bitch, I would be poking holes. Knock on wood, bitch, you know the sound. What? I'm a baby wooden boy, but I'm not kidding. I got no strings to hold me down. Get Bella on my face, I'm a star fibbing.
Thank you, Daddy.
You know, when I was stuck in the belly of that sperm whale, I was like, hold up. This isn't a sperm whale. It's your mom. Get these nuts, motherfucker. There's only room for one, you must die, John Tucker. I say you need to calm down, just like Taylor Swift would. I'm a Trojan horse, bitch, you just some driftwood. You think I'm done, bitch, I'm going round two. I'm bound to pound you under the ground, dude. Sound cool, not to you, but everyone around you. Call you waterlogged, cause I just fucked around and drowned you. Hey, let me ask you, equestrian. You're holding all these L's, bro, you're probably sore. I want all the drama, just call me a thespian. But why the fuck you got the voice of Pauly Shore? I'm gonna spray you like that cat, you ain't never coming back. Getting splinters while you're sucking on my wooden ball sack. You an acrobat good, cause you about to get jumped. Why you thought you had a shot? I'm stumped. Or maybe he wouldn't write a diss track. Alright, let's hear a word from today's sponsor, Inkbox. If you've never heard of Inkbox before, listen up, Patrick. Because you're probably living under a rock. Inkbox Tattoos with 4Now ink last 1 to 2 weeks and fade away as your skin naturally regenerates. They're applied easily, right at home, no needles required. All you have to do is wipe your skin with the included primer wipe, stick the tattoo on your skin, leave it on for 1 hour, and the tattoo fully develops over the next 24 hours. It's that easy, man. And unlike other temporary tattoos, Inkbox tattoos actually look like permanent tattoos, as you can see, and they also don't wash away when you're having a shower. And folks, when it comes to what you can get tattooed, the possibilities are endless. You can shop thousands of designs from their global artist community, or simply create your own. Or if you're feeling extra creative, you can use their tattoo marker and draw your own tattoo on your skin yourself. And listen, I don't know about you guys, but I am so excited for prom this year. I'm really nervous, but I'm excited. I mean, I'm not going because I'm 27, but if this was 10 years ago, dude, I think I would use Inkbox to make prom even more exciting. You want to stand out and make your friends jealous of how badass you look? Get a bunch of Inkbox tattoos, man. Or hey, if you got your eye on that special someone, but you don't know how to ask them to be your prom date, Inkbox has you covered with an entire promposal kit and corsage tattoos. Yeah, I doubt they'd say no to that promposal. If they do, it's their loss. Folks, Inkbox is so great for so many reasons. But for me personally, I just love being able to test out a tattoo in a certain place on my body before I go and get it done permanently. You know, as I get older, I'm becoming more selective with the artwork that I put on my body forever. And I should have been like that from the start, but all good. But yeah, Inkbox has been a huge help on that front. So if you're thinking of getting a tattoo, but you don't know what it'll look like, Inkbox is the best bet. Also, a lot of you know this, but before I was a YouTuber, I used to work at Inkbox full time. I've seen what they do firsthand, and I can honestly and genuinely genuinely say that they're an amazing company that really cares about artists and just self-expression in general. So, you know what? Click the dang link in my description and go try Inkbox for yourself, okay? You will not regret it. And tell them I sent you, okay? They'll know what that means. Okay, thank you so much to Inkbox for sponsoring this video. Back to me. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please press the like button if you enjoyed the video, because believe it or not, 1 like equals 1 wooden boy that I will carve. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you thought about the movie, if you've seen it. And also, you can press the subscribe button, because as soon as you do, you become a valued citizen of Kurtistown. If you didn't know, Kurtistown is the best place to live in the world, and I'm the mayor. So you have to be nice to me. It's the law. You can check the description for other things I do. You can get tickets to my tour. Fucking check out my podcast, my Instagram, Twitter, all that bullcrap. Thank you so much for watching. I would stick around, but I have to go. I'm gonna go run away and join the circus. Skidee, 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 skidee.
You're gonna be pissed I was not recording.
You're lying.